What an ugly performance by the Packers football team here in week one, dropping down after they had a lead, losing 29-34 to the Philadelphia Eagles. It wasn't just ugly, it was smugly. Primarily with the offense, just poor overall, another poor performance. The Packers in the first game, there's a lot of cleaning up that they got to do going into this. The interception by Jordan Love wasn't great. Going into the second half, one would have thought that the Packers would have took it away and went home with it. While Jordan Love was 17 for 34 and threw 2 touchdowns and one interception for 260 yards. While Jalen Hurts was 20 for 34 and threw 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. But they were clicking and clacking, man. He had more rushing yards and passing yards as well. And one of the big deciding factors for Philly was Saquon Barkley starting his first year with the Eagles, scored 2 touchdowns. And Saquon finished with 109 rushing yards with 2 touchdowns, while AJ Brown with a receiving game started with 119 yards. The 2 touchdowns for the Green Bay Packers came at the hands of Christian Watson, who got it early but disappeared like a horror movie. And then Jaden Reed was a dog as he had 2 touchdowns, one in the running game and one in the passing game, with 138 for the receiving game and 33 yards for the rushing game. But it's still week one, people. Pump the brakes. It's not over. Jordan Love played a little sloppy. He didn't look like his normal self in the second half, but relax. It's just the first game. One would have thought that the Packers would have won this, before going into the third quarter, but they lost their momentum. They took their foot off the gas. And it happens. Last year they won against the Bears on the road, but this year they just couldn't repeat that first game winning. But the next game is against the Indiana Colts, and they're going to be going against a few things that, Love could clean up on, especially like the interception. And he doesn't really throw interceptions like that, but that pressure was on. You can look at Jalen Hurts. He threw 2 of them, but he was very more a physical threat in the rushing game, which he always does. Overall, it was a good game, and still congratulations for Josh Jacobs making it to the team, but we need to see some more work. At this point, I would have rather had A.J. Dillon out there racking up the yards. Yeah, he finished the game with 80-plus yards, but look how long it took him to get 50. At one point in the game, Jaden Reed, a receiver, had more rushing yards than Josh Jacobs. I don't want to say he's a bust, but it's only time is ticking. How many more games is it going to take for you to show up and show